Hi guys, welcome to Simply Scuba. So in our last video we looked at some entry-level BCDs, but in this video we're going to be taking a look at some higher mid-range BCDs, take a look at some of the features that you start to get in mid-range BCDs. So let's take a look. Okay, so first up we have the Aqualung CM BCD. So this has a few cool little features built into it. The first of all is their Rapture harness system. So instead of all of the weight of the cylinder and any integrated weights being right up on your shoulders and really dragging you down, the Rapture system manages to spread the weight so it actually sits more on your hips, making it much more comfortable, especially when you're outside of the water. Another handy feature that you get on higher end BCDs is that you get different cam bands. So this is a two-part cam band. They call this grip lock. So instead of having to re-thread that cam band every now and again and adjust it for different size cylinders, this is much faster. You just have a simple piece of Velcro to adjust it for different sizes, and then you just attach your cylinder like that and it's ready to go. Very quick, very easy, but very secure. Okay, so now we've got the Marez Quantum BCD. The Quantum has a few nice features that you start to find in sort of higher end BCDs. The first one is hinged joints. So on these clips, instead of just being traditional pinch clips, very straight, these ones can hinge. So it adjusts exactly where that strap sort of comes into your body, makes it much more comfortable, much more ergonomic. Another feature that at the moment is only on Marez BCDs, but it's coming in their sort of higher end BCDs, are these stretch pockets. So with traditional pockets on low end BCDs, it's just the material of the BCD that continues down, so it's very strong, but it's very rigid. So if you're trying to fit something strange like a reel or a mask in, it can be quite awkward, it doesn't fit, especially when it's fully inflated. But with the stretch, the material itself is flexible, so you can fit whatever you want inside of that. It'll stretch to accommodate whatever it is. Because it's stretchy and elasticated, it also sort of tucks it in nice and close to your body, so it's not sort of big and bellowy and flappy. It's going to be nice and hydrodynamic and keep it nice and close to your body. Now we've got the Aqualung Outlaw BCD. So the Outlaw you'll recognize as being a very modular system. You can chop and change and remove bits and replace bits. So as you move up through the range, you start to see a lot more sort of modularization of some BCDs. But what we're going to focus on is the sort of mesh panels. Instead of just a simple sort of piece of nylon cordura, we're now getting this nylon mesh, which is nice and sort of spongy, so it's comfortable, but it also drains incredibly quickly. Another feature on the Outlaw that you see on higher end BCDs is a bladder retention system. So these straps, they're very simple, just a simple section of elastic, but as you deflate your BCD, you'll notice that it'll wrap itself up and it keeps it nice and neat and tidy. So when you're in the water, instead of just having this big bellowy sort of bladder just sort of floating around, it actually tucks it in and keeps it nice and hydrodynamic, so you're going to glide through the water. Okay, now we're looking at the Hollis LTS, or light travel system. So this is combining tough material. So as you can see, this is a higher denier material. It's much more abrasion resistant, but they've made the entire thing as lightweight as possible. So you can travel with it, but you can still dive with it in rough conditions, or if you're diving in and out of wrecks or whatnot, it's just gonna brush off a lot of that abrasion. Very tough material, but it's still fairly light. Another thing they've done is instead of just having a solid back plate just with a bit of padding, they've actually removed the back plate, so this is completely flexible. This just relies on the sort of the shape of the cylinder to maintain the shape of the BCD and that bladder to keep that shape. So again, it's making it much more lightweight. It's making it easy to travel because you can roll it up and just stow it in a bag, but you don't need that sort of big, heavy, clunky back plate to get in the way and just add weight to your BCD. And finally, we have the Scubapro Equator BCD. So what this one is going to represent is a couple of things. The first one is over and around your neck. So instead of the just normal edging that you get on a BCD, on lower end BCDs, it's very simple. It's just this rolled nylon. That can be quite coarse, especially if you're not wearing a rash vest or a wetsuit. but around your neck you get this foam padding. So now it's much more comfortable. You can wear this just with a t-shirt or with no shirt at all. It's much more comfortable. It's not going to rub on your wetsuit in one particular area. Much more comfortable. Another thing that you start to get is a nicer inflator. So the inflator, most people just see it as an inflate and a deflate button, but this one is actually hinged, so it gives you much more control over sort of how much gas you add in. You don't want to just plow and just fill your BCD sometimes. You just want to add a little touch. So this gives you much more control. Big, easy to use deflate, but this is balanced as well, so it's much easier to use, and you can use it at any depth. It really doesn't matter where you are in the water. So that was a quick look at some mid-range BCDs and some unique features that you start to get in higher range BCDs. But let us know in the comments below what BCD you use. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like, share and subscribe. If you're watching this on Facebook, smash that like button. Thanks for watching and safe diving.